Sunday Night Football. Baltimore, a road favorite.
Been waiting all day to bet the over.
-1 over at BetMGM. That's where the market is. There are a couple of 1.5s out there at some rec shops, but it is -1, BetMGM. Are you surprised that the Ravens are favored?
Not really. They have the highest power rating in the league. And full disclosure, on my walk to Penn Station, I popped on WGR, heard my guy Joe O on with Shope and the Bulldog, and you were kind of cooling the Jets a little bit because they were making a big deal about Baltimore moving 2 points. And I said exactly what you said on a different show yesterday. A move through 0 is not a big deal. And you painted it masterfully. You're going to have a lot of hype on the Ravens. And you also, I think you have some sharp people looking at the injuries in the Bills secondary. Well, the injury at corner to Trey White. Benford came back to practice. And then there is a hole, the Bills people telling me, at safety. So if people had been listening to guys like Mike and Bulldog, they're hearing about the issues in the secondary and maybe reacting to that. Maybe it's you guys Shope and the Bulldog. Maybe it's you guys talking about the secondary that's moving the market. But I look at the total and look how it's come down, because all you hear about is Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. MVP against MVP. Mm-hmm. And the total has moved down 2 points. And nobody's talking about that. We're talking about the 2-point move from Buffalo -1 to Baltimore -1. But we're not talking about the total going from 52.5 to 50.5, blowing right through the 51. Do you think the public's going to bet the over in that one, Joe? What do you think?
Oh, I think so. Could be a chase game for some after all the favorites go down in flames on Sunday. That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah. These are 2 top 5 defenses. And we're going to hear more about the quarterbacks than we will about the defenses. Now, to piggyback on the point that I brought up about, Bills Nation and Buffalo radio guys talking about the concerns at secondary, I understand them. But the Bills should still be good against the run. And the Ravens set everything up on the ground. As good as Lamar has become as a passer, their bread and butter is setting up everything via the run. If they can run, they can do anything. You also have early season rust, offensive rust. We saw it in Philly. They couldn't get Barkley going last night against a Cowboys defense that is not really that good. So if you line up the Bills front 7 and the Ravens front 7, there's a lot to like against those offenses. I think rather than pay attention to the move on the side, we should be looking at a game where people are going to come out of the woodwork to bet the over on Sunday night. Been waiting all day to bet the over, yet the market is coming down.
I think the lines go under the win total of 10.5. I also don't think they should be an underdog in this game. Not by 2 points. And I see some 2.5s out there as well. I have a ton of questions. The changes at coordinator. Okay, how are you going to go with the new center? Even though Ragnow's missed plenty of time, you still have a lot of the same key cogs, whether it be on offense or defense. It's a healthier defense. They're not back all the way, but remember, just injury after injury a year ago. And a majority of those guys are back, and now they're a dog to a team they've had their number against. And both of these coaches are great ATS. So, like, people will point out, what about Dan Campbell? Oh, he's awesome. Well, what about LaFleur? You could say the exact same thing. I think those guys neutralize each other. And the Lions, how many teams should they really be a dog against? I would not put them there. Initially, I wasn't thinking Lions, but after the Parsons move and the Packers hype, this number has been going in one direction in favor of Green Bay. And we said going into last night's game that was a Parsons overreaction. This feels like a Parsons overreaction. I'm really interested to even see how much he's going to end up playing in this first game with his new team. As far as this week 1 matchup, will you be betting on San Francisco laying 2.5 at Seattle?
I don't love laying 2.5. You could have laid 1.5 in the summer. I have not made a bet on this game, ATS, but I can tell you this. I put the Niners in one of our survivors yesterday. We decided let's just put them in. Let's not wait. No waffling. Let's put them in. So I'm in 3. We went Broncos, and then the third one, Niners. So those are our 3. And tell me how 15 minutes after submitting and finalizing, Christian McCaffrey pops up on the injury report. Just lovely. Lovely.
It's not, it's circa, so you can't change it.
We cannot change it. Nor do we really want to. It is what it is. Yeah. I'm going to hold out hope that he plays. But to see him pop up on the injury report yesterday with a calf issue, not great. And then they interviewed Kittle. There was a video floating around the internet of asking Kittle, are you ready to play with McCaffrey on Sunday? And people were dissecting the verbal cues and saying that he's lying. It's like, all right, well, George Kittle thinks he's going to play. But the tweet came across last night late, after 7 o'clock on the East Coast. Adam Schefter, 49ers listing Christian McCaffrey limited at today's practice, Thursday's practice, due to a calf issue. Yikes. Not a great start for my McCaffrey Offensive Player of the Year pursuit.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe he gets out there. Maybe he dominates. They need him out there badly. Look, here's my concern. I'm worried about the wideouts. If McCaffrey's not out there, now you know everything's going through Kittle. Where else does it go through? Jennings. Now Pearsall. Hey, you're like our second receiver right now because Ayuk is still hurt. Maybe week 6, somewhere in that range, he makes a return. That would be an optimistic idea of when Ayuk makes his return for the Niners. MVS is a starter right now for this offense. That guy hasn't done anything in a handful of years. So I am concerned early in the season about the San Francisco offense, but I've got Shanahan on my side. I do have trust in Purdy. I like San Francisco in the game, but I have to know that CMC is good to go. I'm not going to sit here and bet on them. I'm not going to take them in any sort of contest if I don't know that CMC is good to go. Divisional home dogs do well traditionally, but we went over it yesterday. I'm not scared of Sam Darnold at all.